Hello. Hello, everybody, and I'm really happy to be with you today, even if only virtually. With me, there is Barbara. So please, Barbara, take the stage.
Hello, welcome. Happy to be here with you today. Today we will talk about immersive experiences in learning and how we can create them with an easy tool that is an editor.
It is an editor originally designed and developed for medical simulation. So in a few minutes, we will start sharing images and a video about this editor in order to dive deeper into the features, the technical features, mainly for instructional design. And as we will see at the beginning, was medical simulation. Then overall education, corporations, schools, vocational training, and last but not least, museums. Because also museums, at least sometimes, have specific educational needs to be fulfilled. So an editor to arrange, sometimes last minute, what is needed to be arranged in order to have teaching material really ready to use and meaningful for the learners. I think we can, Barbara, share directly the video. Do you think we have to add some
No,
more?
it's okay sharing the video.
Okay.
Thank you.
So please add if you can launch the video.
I am Barbara the Avatar. Yes, I'm a digital human. My human sister is here with us, along with the real Fernando. Both are available to answer questions in the chat and directly at the end of our presentation. In this workshop, we unveil the Multimedia Scenario Editor, a paradigm-shifting tool that transforms traditional simulation frameworks into fully interactive and multisensory experiences. Our primary aim is to introduce you to the capabilities of this cutting-edge editor and emphasize its potential to redefine simulation-based education and communication. The Multimedia Scenario Editor allows educators to seamlessly integrate diverse multimedia elements, such as videos, images, audio, and even kinesthetic and olfactory components, into simulation scenarios. This integration enhances the realism and engagement of simulations, providing learners with an immersive environment that closely mirrors real-world situations. The editor's interactive features support real-time adaptation and customization of scenarios, ensuring that the learning experience is tailored to the specific needs of each learner. Thank you for joining us, and let's dive into the future of simulation-based education together.
Happy to be here as well. I'm Fer, the avatar of Fernando. The Multimedia Scenario Editor has been developed for several years at the eReal Labs. It is a paradigm-shifting tool that transforms traditional simulation frameworks into fully interactive and multisensory experiences. In a traditional training room, learners are often limited to static presentations and theoretical discussions. However, with the Multimedia Scenario Editor, the room comes alive with dynamic, multisensory experiences. For example, trainers can project videos and images onto walls, play realistic soundscapes, and even introduce sense or other olfactory elements to simulate different environments. This immersive approach not only captures learners' attention but also enhances their understanding and cognitive retention. Another important feature of the editor is that it supports real-time adaptation and customization of scenarios, ensuring that the learning experience is tailored to the specific needs of each learner. Now let's look at the editor and its main features together.
Hello everyone! Today, we are going to delve into a groundbreaking editor for medical simulation scenarios. You already understand the critical importance of creating accurate and effective scenarios. But have you ever considered the role of an editor in this process? Immersive scenarios can significantly enhance the learning process. We firmly believe that an editor for medical simulation scenarios is not just a luxury, it's a necessity. This editor ensures that scenarios are not only medically accurate, but also pedagogically sound, aligning perfectly with your learning objectives. But the editor's role doesn't end there. It goes a step further to ensure that scenarios are engaging and immersive. After all, the more realistic the scenario, the better the learning outcomes for the participants. It plays a crucial role in ensuring the effectiveness of your simulation program, providing accurate, engaging, and beneficial scenarios for all participants. We have developed an intuitive editor designed specifically for healthcare professionals, enabling them to effortlessly create immersive scenarios and transform the simulation room into a fully interactive environment. The editor refines scenarios, eliminating any inconsistencies and errors that might disrupt the learning process. It provides valuable assistance to scenario authors and subject matter experts, ensuring that the scenarios are as effective as they can be. This intuitive editor empowers healthcare professionals to craft customized simulations tailored to their specific training needs. From emergency response situations to clinical decision-making and patient care simulations, the possibilities are endless. Imagine being able to train for rare and complex cases, practice new protocols, and collaborate with colleagues from anywhere in the world. This editor brings these possibilities to life.
Unleash your creativity to design captivating and engaging content. The best part is, no coding or technical expertise is required. Start by setting the space. Whether it's a simulated emergency room, surgical suite, or clinical setting, you have the freedom to design and customize every aspect, making learning both informative and enjoyable. Then integrate interactive elements into your scenario. Make the window openable, change the vital signs on the monitor, show a checklist. Customize every aspect, from medical conditions and vital signs to patient responses and environmental factors.
What makes the eReal editor so special? There are several features. Let's dive in. First of all, you can reduce your scenario design time by 85%. The eReal editor streamlines the design process, cutting down the time you spend creating simulations and scenarios by a staggering 85%. That means you can focus more on delivering high-quality training and less on setup. Then you can track results and measure behaviors. With easy-to-use wearable augments, tracking results and measuring behaviors becomes effortless. Gain valuable insights into learner performance and progress with just a few clicks. Not to say that last-minute changes are not only feasible, but cost-effective. Flexibility is key. Our editor allows you to implement even last-minute changes seamlessly and cost-effectively, ensuring your training stays relevant and up-to-date. Furthermore, you can boost the use of interactive media. Make your images, videos, messages, and special effects come to life with interactive elements. Engage learners in a way that static content simply can't match. Let me say that it is a very user-friendly interface. You can create complex scenarios and cases with ease using the editor's very intuitive and user-friendly interface. No need for extensive training or technical expertise. You can start designing scenarios and building new simulation environment right away. Another important point is that learners are expected to improve their skills by 80%. Our editor doesn't just make learning easier, it makes it more effective. Skills acquisition may improve up to 80% through immersive and interactive simulations and training experiences. Thanks to the eReal editor, you can transform pretty any surface in an interactive screen, turn any wall into an interactive surface. Whether you're in a classroom or a conference room, our editor adapts to your environment, creating a versatile learning space. Last but not least, this editor allows to create scenarios that are 300% more engaging. With our editor, your training sessions will capture and hold learners' attention like never before, making the learning process more enjoyable and effective. In essence, our Multimedia Scenario Editor is not just a tool, it is a game-changer in the world of experiential learning. Are you interested in more technical details about the editor? Here is a brief video summary with some representative scenarios that we designed.
Our journey with the editor began a few years ago in Boston, collaborating with the Harvard Center for Medical Simulation. And today we are still working together. This partnership was instrumental in the initial development of our editor, leveraging cutting-edge technology to create immersive and interactive learning environments for healthcare professionals. Thanks to its innovative design and effectiveness, the eReal editor quickly gained recognition and was adopted by leading medical simulation centers. Institutions like the Northwestern Medical School and the George Washington University School of Nursing are using the editor, enhancing the realism and engagement of their simulations. But we didn't stop there. Seeing the incredible impact in the medical field, we expanded the eReal editor's capabilities for different types of schools. From primary education to higher learning institutions, our tool makes learning more dynamic and interactive. Moreover, our vision extended beyond educational institutions. Corporations have adopted the eReal editor to train employees in a variety of skills, from technical know-how to soft skills. Its versatility and ease of use make it an invaluable resource for corporate training programs. And the innovation doesn't end with schools and corporations. Museums are joining the revolution, using the eReal editor to create engaging, interactive exhibits that bring history, science, and art to life for visitors of all ages. In essence, the eReal editor started as a groundbreaking project with the Harvard Center for Medical Simulation and has evolved into a multifaceted tool embraced by top-tier institutions across various sectors. Please, look at these examples.
With eReal, you can create immersive and interactive environments that anyone can use for visualization, collaboration, or simulation. You can immerse yourself and your people in any scenario to see, share, and discuss data and information, to face events and to enjoy live experiences in a highly realistic way, to deal with situations that are too difficult, too expensive, or too hazardous to recreate in the real world. By bringing your targets to life in a very innovative and effective way, you can develop a more engaging experience, strengthen teamwork, reduce the training time, explore different scenarios and alternatives, enhance analytical reasoning and data-driven decisions, creating useful and unforgettable experiences. With eReal, simulations and immersive experiences are more interactive, more versatile, and more affordable than ever. Unlike other solutions, users experience full immersion without the need for glasses or goggles and can share the immersion with whole groups of people. All is glasses-free, but you can always integrate special goggles within the immersive environments if needed. This is why eReal has achieved global recognition as an outstanding sole source and innovative solution. It has been covered by many of the world's most authoritative media and has been awarded by institutions such as the British Council, Columbia University in New York, and the International Society of Medical Simulation and Harvard University.
Okay, here we are again. In case of questions, curiosities, doubts, we are here ready to answer at the best of our knowledge and possibilities.
And also interested in knowing if you are using immersive solution for learning. So if you are using immersive classroom and immersive scenarios. Questions so far? We can't hear you. Please, Aida, can you? Thank you.
Can't.
Now you can hear you.
Those were avatars of yourself, correct?
Correct. We can't hear you. Eda, please, if you can switch on.
Is that a tool technology that you developed in-house for the synthesis, or are you partnering with a third party for that technology?
We missed a part of your question. I don't know if you are asking about the technology of the editor and the immersive solution, or you are talking about our avatars.
About the voiceover itself of the avatars. Is that something that you developed in-house, or is that part of a third party that you're partnering with for the VO synthesis?
All in-house. All in-house, and the third parties involved in our processes, industrial processes, are mainly the Polytechnic School of Turin and the University of Bologna in Italy, because in Turin we set up a Ph.D. school on generative artificial intelligence. So we are designing and developing both humanized avatars as well as images, computer vision related images. Same for the real rooms technology. We sometimes assemble existing technologies like sensors or other hardware, but basically we prefer developing the code and making by ourselves as much as possible of the technology behind our educational solutions. We are educators. We are not at all ICT engineers, but we are from an area of Italy called Canavese, where many years ago there was Olivetti. Olivetti was the leading Italian and international firm for computing. So we started working with those guys many years ago, and we have some know-how that enables us to develop 70% approximately of this technology in-house.
And I would like to add that what we try to do is developing solutions that are easy to use for faculties. Because sometimes there are amazing solutions on the market, but very complicated when it's time to use them. I see in the chat a question that is about the average development time for a scenario. It really depends on the scenario. Each scenario, we call a scenario an immersive situation where a team has to face a challenge during usually 20 minutes time. And it depends the development from the typology of the scenario, how realistic we want it to be, and how many interactive points we want to insert in the scenario. If we use the editor, so if we talk about a simple scenario, we can add till 10 interaction points, and it takes something like 20 minutes, half an hour to put together everything, if you have clear in mind what is the story and the scenario you want to build.
If it is a more sophisticated or more complicated scenario, like an escape room or like something that develops also on a timeline, let's say, because there are different scenes in different times, the same day or different days or years, let's say. In this case, it will take more hours, sometimes a couple of days.
Then sometimes the scenario is complicated because we want to recreate the exact environment that we have. And in this case, we want interaction with all the components of the scenario. So we have to build it, and it could take 3 weeks, 1 month work. It really depends. Maybe, Fer, you can share some some
Yes.
text of...
Yes, but before, I think there are more questions from the audience, because I'm looking at the chat, so better maybe waiting for the questions.
At this point, we don't have any more questions from the audience.
Okay, I can share. Let me just...
And at the same time, Fer, there is a question that Ingrid is asking. The presentation mentioned that there is a nursing program already using the technology. What was the nursing program? Would you like to answer?
Is the George Washington School of Nursing in Ashburn, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. The lead or the head of this simulation center is Miss Crystal Farina, in case you would love to have a direct talk or to have a deeper understanding from a user perspective. Let me jump here, because Barbara was suggesting to share some scenarios. So this is a typical scenario developed for...
Can you open in presentation mode, please?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Thank you.
This could be the best presentation mode. This is part of another scenario. This is from Northwestern, the medical school in Chicago. This is from Switzerland, the lake of Lugano.
Maybe we can add something to explain what these scenarios are. A really basic scenario is only having like a 360-degree image projected on a room. But in this case, if you touch the gate opens. In the image before, a lot of the machinery inside the room were interactive. So it was a way to learn what I have to do when I have this machine, what's the right button to touch, what's the right thing to do.
Barbara was referring to these type of machines from a surgery or a surgical theater.
Technically, we call this a mixed reality scenario where we have some real interaction in the room with a mannequin in this case, and we have interactive walls allowing to interact and to have more information.
Let's say that, sorry, we are into the immersive spectrum, and with eReal, we are within the mixed reality, merging augmented and virtual in a hybrid and phygital environment that could be brick and mortar, but at the same time could be also online into what today we are used to call the metaverse. All the phygital interaction is based on IoT, Internet of Things, because all the objects, virtualized objects as well as real objects inside a brick and mortar setting are interconnected. At the same time, we are interconnected online. Sometimes we work in between two or more classrooms that are sharing images, digital objects, and so on. So at the end, this scenario is enabling the immersive spectrum at its best, in our opinion.
Yes, what we like about having immersive scenarios is that they really involve people in the simulation, and that they allow the tracking of the learning. So the tracking of the experiences, helping instructor at the end having a more insightful debriefing. The more challenge is really having involved the instructors, having them comfortable in using new technologies. And this is the main reason why we developed the editor, to have a tool that is really easy to use and allows teachers and instructors to make last-minute changes, to add something to the scenario in order to be really free in their teaching.
Basically, we source technologically based solutions for education that are really easy to use. This is the key challenge. Otherwise, educators won't use them. There are tons of extended reality solutions, sometimes nice to see, with some wow effect, at least behind the corner, expected to happen, but that it doesn't happen because technology is not easy to use. So there is resistance. It's difficult introducing and using the technology. We try really to keep the technology very far from the educational aspects that are what we really are interested in developing and in pushing, because we are educators.
Any more questions, interest, curiosity?
Title of our next presentation is Using ChatGPT in Adult Education by Steve Schmidt. And Steve is going to present for the next 20 minutes, after which we'll open up the floor for questions and answers.
Wonderful, bye.